Hello everyone, I'm Baron Samada the Alchemist, and thank you for coming to my channel. Now today I'm going to be doing a spell that consists of confidence. And this spell is pretty controversial for some. If you're not in the spell work, this is going to be a little squeamish to you. So I just want you to bear in mind that this is how this particular spell works. And it's a ritual. Everything I do is a ritual. It may be spell work, but in order to consecrate it, and that's my favorite word here, in order to consecrate it, it has to be done in a ritual, because nothing is done, without, nothing can be really done if you're not putting no work into it. And a ritual is nothing but added work, needed work. So without further ado, let me tell you the ingredients you're going to need. Again, when I get to the part, I explain to you why I'm wearing these gloves, because you're going to have some type of protection if you're going to do this. If you're doing this for other people, or if you're doing it for yourself, depending on how your growth factor is, it's on you. But let me show you how I do it. And I'm doing this for an actual client of mine. So everything I do on this channel is for an actual client of mine. So there we go. So here we go. So the first thing you're going to need, is you're going to need your various oils. But before we do anything, you're going to need a mixing bowl. For this one, you're going to need a mixing bowl. Something small, porcelain. Something you could grind up stuff in and make a paste or so of such. So you're going to need that. And you're going to need dragon's blood. Excuse me for a second. Let's go over there. We go. Hello everyone, my name is Baron Samada the Alchemist, and I would like to thank you guys for coming to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a confidence spell, a spell that's going to get your confidence up. There's a lot of people out there suffering with low self-esteem, and just that confidence isn't there due to past abuse, or due to just that one person that keeps bringing you down, or just due to being in a household with somebody that's tearing you apart, whether it's your husband, your wife, your kids, your parents, whatever. So we're gonna give you a spell that's gonna help instill your confidence. That's gonna help you gain your confidence back. There's nothing bad about this spell. Nobody can get hurt behind this spell. This is a spell totally devoted to you. And if you do this thing the proper way, and if you follow these instructions, I guarantee, I'm gonna say, in light of 3 days, you'll be so confident till you'll feel it. You'll feel it. So before we get into all that, before we get into the spell work and how to do, I want to tell you all the things you may need. So feel free, to write this down. I pray that you write this down and that you get all the things you're gonna need. So first off, you're gonna need dragon's blood. You can buy it at your local botanica. You can get dragon's blood. You're gonna need 1 red candle. You're gonna need some ground up cloves or some whole cloves. It's up to you, however you want it. You're gonna need cayenne pepper. You're gonna need 1 garlic clove, just a slit from the garlic, peeled. You're gonna need vinegar. Now here we go. Now this is when we get into that's just some of the lighter items, and I'll tell you, and that's just the lighter items. Now we're finna get into the heavy hitters, the really stuff that's gonna make this go. And then we'll get into the gross part of it. And I'll explain to you why I'm wearing these gloves. So now you're going to need to, on a brown piece of paper, the red writing is dragon blood. As again, I've taken the liberty of writing this down because I didn't want to take up all your time writing this on camera, because I know you guys want to get something done easy, fast. You want to get it out there, and that's cool. So I've written down everything that I want these two entities, these two celestial bodies I'm going to call on, to do for me, to to look into me for, to endow me with. So I should say. So, but the first thing you want to do, you want to get some brown paper bag. You want to get a brown piece of paper, paper bag. I love using paper bag. And you want to draw two symbols. You want to draw the symbol of Jupiter. I mean, it's easy to go to the internet and look up what the symbol of Jupiter is. And then you want to draw the symbol of Mars. Now, Jupiter is for luck, fortune, finances, all that good stuff. Mars is for war, aggression, anger, confidence, and all that good stuff. So you'll see how this spell is going to take a turn for you. Dragon blood, that's just potent stuff, period. So that's what we want to do. So I'll let you see that a little bit. Now, you're going to have to, again, draw the symbols of Mars, draw the symbols of Mars, the symbol of Jupiter. You're going to want to draw the symbol of, the Veve of Shango and Ogun. Again, Shango represents fire, Ogun represents war. Again, you see, you need that fire, that essence. And these are the two deities you'll be calling on. And Jupiter and Mars will be the celestial bodies that you're going to ask. You're going to ask the two celestial bodies to endow our satchel, our bag, because you're going to have to tote this with you once you get done. It's a beautiful thing. You're going to have to tote this around with you. So you're going to be asking Jupiter and Mars to endow this with Shango and Ogun's essence and power, and endow that upon you. As long as you got this bag close to you or on you, you're going to feel confident. You're going to feel free. You're going to feel good about yourself. You're going to be unstoppable, like the lion, like the wolf, whatever animal you represent. Any animal you lend your strength to, that you identify with, any animal that you identify with, you're gonna be blessed with it. So those are just the basics. Now, this spell does require gunpowder, so I stress that you guys be really safe with this. Be really safe. This is gunpowder. I'll show you how to use it in this video. I want to state out, I am not liable for anything that happened to you guys if you guys do this spell wrong, because everybody that's watching this thing should be adults, and this should only be done by adults. So I'm going to put a disclaimer in there. I'm new to YouTube, believe it or not, so I don't know anything about these. The kid watches, boom, the Baron is sued or whatever. This is a disclaimer. Please do this around your parents in a safe environment, well ventilated. Don't drink while you're doing it. Hell, don't drink and drive while you're doing it. Just a light humor, but serious. I am not responsible. I'm not telling you guys to do this. I'm just telling you guys what you would need to do this. So I am not responsible if you guys hurt yourself, because you should be doing this in a secure, safe, and and if it's a child, you should be doing this with an adult who can supervise you. This should be done on supervision. So now that that's little disclaimers out the way, let me get to it. So now this is what we're gonna do. So now I just told you some of the things we would need. You need charcoal, a dark colored pouch, and a red brick. Now, the red brick, on the red brick, you're gonna carve out, draw out, however you want to say it. You're gonna draw out two babies, that of Shango and that of Ogun. Again, Shango represents fire, transformation. Ogun represents war and getting shit done, period. Now, on this brick, you're going to leave this brick here. Now, during the process of this, you're going to take your little mixing bowl. And this is very quick. This is a very quick ritual, very quick spell. Now you're going to mix up something. You're going to mix up what we're going to put in this brown paper bag here. We're going to mix it up. So first of all, we're going to take out charcoal. Take out charcoal. Just a little piece. Gonna break the charcoal up in here. Doesn't have to be fine, because you're gonna press it with this just a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. So then after that, just a little gunpowder, not much. Remember to store this stuff in a cool place. Nothing hot. We're going to take some cayenne pepper. Just a little bit. Don't need that much. We're going to take our cloves. I like to grind mine up. Because I know it's going in this bag and I don't want to ever walk around with this bag on me and be smell like hefty clothes. So just a little pinch. Nothing heavy. So now, since we got Shango's Veve, and this is the fire we need his aggression. So we're gonna use some of his oil. Keep in mind, Shango oil can be substituted with that of Saint Barbara because that's his other name and other deities. Just give a little generous drops. That's it. I encourage you to not rush this spell, but the only reason I'm rushing it because I know video time deals different than real life time, so gonna do it. Next oil you're gonna always use Papa Legba. You can't do nothing without him. You can't do nothing without Papa Legba. He is the doorway. You go through him for everything. Drop some oil. Drop some of that oil on you. Now, let me move this. I want you guys to understand something. This is magnetic sand. Now, when we deal with magnetic sand is good. Is so good to be used in a lot of spells that you want to draw something to you. If you want to draw positive energy to you, you use magnetic sand. If you're doing a voodoo doll or you want to do something against somebody, put magnetic sand in it because it'll draw whatever you want to that particular. It'll draw whatever entity you want to that particular item. So I'm going to take magnetic sand and I'm going to put it here because I want Shango's fire. I want confidence. I want all that. That's what I'm asking for. Not much, just a little bit. Now I'm going to start addressing this with regular oil because nothing gets your ego up and have you more confident than just having steady work, knowing you got a job to go to the next morning. I think that deserves to be a dose, to have a dose put in here, a couple drops of it, I should say. Now my favorite all, if you guys know my channel, you know bend over. That's it. That gets the deities moving. That gets the gods the attention. You asking them something, hey, I need you to do it, or none. So you put that bend over in there. And I know I just put steady work in there, but that's something totally different than job oil. I want to make sure job oil, we want to put that in there. Confidence. This spell is going to give you confidence for going on job interviews, dating women, dating men, you know, approaching women, approaching men. This is self-confidence. This is for you. Never again will you feel like you got to get pushed around. Because we're going to keep your money coming in. This spell is going to keep your money coming in. And again, you know, you just road opener. That's just the basic road opener. You know, anytime you do a spell like this, you want to invoke Papa Legba, the road opener, the gatekeeper, the guy with all the keys and everything. You want to get him involved in everything you do. They're just the rule of the game. Now I want to put a little vinegar in here. Now, before I drop this vinegar in here, I want to ask you guys something. You guys ever heard of the saying? Okay, your grandma or some older person say, "Oh, he came then and he was full of piss and vinegar." You know, it's a reason why they used to say that he was full of piss and vinegar. I mean, this dude came in there he was pissed off and he had vinegar in his veins, no blood. I mean, he was angry. He was aggressive. He was by his or her, or she was about hers. And that's what we're going to put in this spell. That's why I say these gloves are controversial, and I'm going to show you why. So I'm going to add a little bit of vinegar. Any vinegar do, apple cider vinegar do, any vinegar can do, it doesn't matter. And now in this container right here, I don't know if you can actually see the color, but it's a little murky because my client gave me his urine. That's right. He gave me his urine. So this is his urine I'm using. Disgusting, right? It's magic. Nothing disgusting about it. It's magic. And that's why I put on the glove, because I don't know his situations or any of that, but I want to be protected. So I put on gloves because I'm doing this for somebody else. Even if I were doing it for myself, I would still wear gloves. I don't want my urine on my hand or anybody. So I encourage you to use gloves if you're going to do this spell. Try this spell for somebody else or on yourself. So this is his urine. So I'm just going to put a little bit of his urine in here. I'm going to flush the hell out of that when I get done. Whew. Things you do for friends. Now that we have all our ingredients in here, keep in mind we still have the garlic clove and the peppers. And I'm adding the peppers to it because I keep in mind, suffrage is everything when it comes down to it. So I'm going to just take this and I'm going to mesh all this together. It doesn't have to be super fine. That's a good little crushing mix. Now, I'll show you guys. That's how it looks. Doesn't have to be nothing hectic. Doesn't have to be nothing hectic. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to pour it, give a drop rather, on each baby. Drop. Notice how the red brick just soaked. Which you can see this. Notice how that brick just soaked that water up, just soaked that liquid up. That's what we need. Now we're going to leave this right here for now. So now let's focus on the partition. As the partition, I'll set it right here. I'm sorry, guys. Now with any partition, what you want to do is you want to drop oils on the partition. 5 drops I like to do. First drop I'm going to start with that of Papa Leg Bow. Each corner, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So while I'm doing this, I wanted to keep you guys engaged. I want to tell you guys a little bit about my friend. My friend, he's not a bad person. He's just a real respectable guy. And he's so respectful to the point where he doesn't want to offend anybody or hurt anybody's feelings. He's just so nice. But people begin to take advantage of him, and he hasn't developed that backbone yet to hurt people. And I told him, hey, man, you just keep letting them run all over you. You're going to end up with nothing, to the point where he allowed someone to drive his car, and they brought his car back on empty. Being the nice guy that he is, he just said that was messed up, took the car and said they'll never get it again. And I thought that was like, please, homeboy. I would have put my foot so far up in their ass, it would have been. Now, at this point, you could use any kind of oils you want, anything you feel that's going to give you confidence. Again, I'm going to use the same various oils: Steady Work, Job, Steady Work, Job, Bend Over. Because in this day and age, it's all about finances. If you got finances, you got your finances together, you ain't got to take nobody's shit. It was my mom used to say, Dad used to say, Grandma used to say. I've heard various other people say it. I ain't got to take nobody's shit. I got money. So we're going to keep this money coming in. That's confidence by 1. Now that we got our petition and it's anointed with oils and everything, we're going to sit it here. When we sit it here, we're going to take this. We're just going to drop a little bit on here. Keep in mind, be careful with this because this has urine in it. If you're doing a spell for somebody else or a variation thereof, it got their urine in it. So be very careful not to let it splash around. You want to smudge your table afterwards or something like this. Now what you're going to do with this, you're going to just take this and you're going to fold it towards you. 3 times is good enough because this is just going in the bag. Do a clockwise turn. One more time towards you. Another clockwise turn. One more time. And just to get it down a little smaller, make it so it'll fit in the bag and look pretty at the same time. 4 times. This is what you have. This is your petition. They had, keep in mind, inside this petition right here, it has the symbols of Jupiter and the symbols of Mars. Because these are the 2 celestial bodies you're going to want to endow your Orishas, the deities that you call on, which is Shango and Ogun. So you're going to take this right here, and you're going to put this and drop this in this bag right here. Just like this. Now remember I told you about the garlic clove? And when we come to this garlic clove, you're just going to peel it. You want to break the garlic clove. Have to be fancy. You want to drop 1 garlic clove in here. Garlic clove ward off anything bad and evil. Anybody that want to hurt you, arrogance, envy. It gets rid of all that there. It wards it off. And you just take a piece of pepper. I pre-cut one. Yes, here we go. Pre-cut that one. And again, just rip you a nice little piece off. Drop it in the bag as well. It's a very simple spell. Very simple spell. Now, this is where it's going to get a little crazy, a little controversial. So now the remaining of your elixir right here, you're going to want to pour in this bag. It's going to drip, and that's why we got our liquid absorbing brick for, which is going to drip into the Veves. It's going to drip into Ogun. It's going to drip into Shango. So they're going to get your essence. They're going to get your desires. They're going to get everything. And this bag is going to sit while the candle burns. So it's a little gross. That's why I say these gloves come in handy. Just dump it all in there. It's already dripping. It's already dripping. I like that. Surprisingly, it don't feel that mushy. Now you're going to put this right here. Now, once you put that right there, you're going to take your red candle, and I've already smudged it and everything. You're going to take your red candle, you're going to put your red candle up here. And basically, this is going to be your spell. But before we do that, so this is how your spell going to look when it ends. You're going to take, you got your candle, got all this up here. Now, before we do all that, I got to give you the final step. This is why I gave you that warning at the beginning that says, you know, please do this under supervision. So you're going to take gunpowder, and what I like to do, I like to wake them up. That's a little gunpowder. I want to wake them up. I want to let them know that I need them. And again, I'm doing the light version of it. If I wasn't doing it on camera, I mean, it'll be more elaborate. A couple more steps, but this is just a light version to get you through it. First thing you want to do, you always want to set Ogun on fire first. And just wake him up. Hello. That's one. Next, Papa Shango. Hello. Number two. Now then, this is the part where we light our candles. Blessed be. So we've woken our spirits up. We've got the gunpowder. We've done what we did. We're going to set a candle on it. Now, this pouch is not to be touched until this candle burns out. It could be 2 days. It could be 3 days. It could be 4 days, 7 days, depending on what version of the candle you get. But after the third day, the pouch should be dry. The liquid in this pouch should have been dried up and everything should be good. So give me 1 second. I'm going to place this on my altar because, as you know, I love to do altar work. I love to consecrate every spell I do on my altar. So give me a second and I'll get back with you. Okay, everybody, I am back. Now, this is how I like to do it for the final stages of this particular type of spell. I like to sit the brick on my altar. A brick represents strength, a building block. So if you're looking for confidence, you need to be solid like a brick, a piece of stone, Petrus. So you hear me? If you're gonna speak Latin about it. But I like to finish the spell up by setting it on my altar. And again, my altar is dedicated to Papa Legba, with the various veves of Ogun, Shango, Oshun, and Oya. So we set the brick up there with the red candle in the bag, and this is going to sit for 2, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days until that candle burn out. You're not to lay a finger on this bag until that candle burns out. By then, that bag will be dry, and you can carry this bag on your person because that's what it's made to do. It's made to be carried on your person as to ward off any kind of weaknesses that may come up in your mind, any kind of doubt, fear, and dread. And standing guard, chopping down any kind of fear, dread, and everything while the spell is consecrated, is the 2 great warriors, the warrior king, Shango, and then the baddest warrior in the whole thing, Ogun. So they're going to be standing guard. Keep in mind, I drew each one of their veves, and they're standing in front of each one of their veves while that candle burn. And that's how it is. And the red is for transformation. So get ready to be transformed into a powerhouse. You know, should I say, if you're a man, a stone phallus. If you're a female, a golden goddess. Just saying a little humor there. I'm not that funny. But yeah. Here you go. This completes the spell. Now, during this spell, you can come in here, you can say any kind of mantra and tell them what you want to be. On your petition, you wrote down that you want strength, you want intelligence, intellect, you want to be brave, you want finances, you want will, you want knowledge. You know, you want to be self-assured, reliance. You know, you come in here, you just talk to it. Talk to the candle, talk to the bag, talk to the orishas. And you do what you do. Guarantee they're going to answer your call because you got their attention. You woke them up with gunpowder. So this is good. So again, everybody, I know this video was pretty rushed, but I'm a little tired. I've been doing work all day for people, and I'm just a little tired. I'm not even going to front. So that being said, if you guys want to know how to do this spell, or if I missed anything or you have questions, feel free to contact me at askbaronsamadhi.alchemy@gmail.com or leave a comment below of this video that I'm going to post tomorrow, or anything of that nature. Remember, I'm here for you guys. Again, I know I rushed it a little bit, but this is a great spell to build confidence. So that being said, I'll leave you with this. Trust the you and universe, because at the end of the day, you all you got. If you like the video, if you like what you're seeing, like it. If you really enjoy the material that I'm bringing you, or you have anything you want to see, drop an idea and subscribe. But if you feel this can help somebody out, share it. Thank you guys, and you guys be blessed. Have a great one.